Hello my loves, happy Monday. I hope you're all doing super well today. If you're tuning into this video and you're watching on YouTube, oh my god, there's a car with the license plate that has 222 right here. Was just turning into the street that I'm on. Okay, so anyway, if you're just now tuning into one of my videos for the first time, you don't know who I am. My name is Stef. I am the Psychic Soul Alignment Coach. What I do is I work with spiritual entrepreneurs and spiritual people to help them to achieve very deep levels of healing, also known as inner work, in order to powerfully help them align with who they truly are. And as a result, they're then able to create their greatest level of success in life and in business. So I live in Lima, Peru right now. It's really loud here in Lima. There's always some kind of traffic or mayhem happening. So if there's lots of background music, that's what we're going to call it. This is just life in Lima. It's traffic. But yeah, so here on my channel, if you're watching on YouTube, because I do upload these videos to YouTube, this actually is the weekly energy reading that I'm recording here from my Facebook business page. So if you want to stay in touch with me on Facebook and on Instagram and even join my Facebook community, I highly recommend that you check out the links in the description of this video to come and hang out with me. But I do these readings on Monday on Facebook, and then I upload them to YouTube on Tuesdays, and then on Thursdays and Saturdays I upload video teachings or messages that I'm asked to bring forward as per my spirit guides. So that's basically my really long intro. But today's message for the energy of this week, this is for October 4th through October the 11th. So if you are catching this, definitely make sure to let me know that you caught the replay of this here on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook, and if you're watching on YouTube, let me know at the end of this video what your thoughts were, your insights on this weekly energy reading. But I asked 3 times for the energy message this week because the first couple of times I felt a bit groggy. I didn't sleep so much, and I got up really early today to do some meditation and stuff. And anyway, my brain was just not working the way I wanted it to. But luckily, with being a psychic, being a healer, I called in some divine spiritual support, which I will be sharing on Instagram more of how magical that was. And then I started feeling amazing, and I channeled this message, which was basically what I had been saying, channeling the times before. So basically, I'm sharing all of that because I got this message 3 times already, basically. Twice when I was not in the best mental state. My brain didn't feel like it was working so well. And then the last time when, you know, I got some energetic support and my brain was working fine. And this is the message this week, okay? This is what happens. Sometimes I have really roundabout ways of bringing forward my messages. This is how I roll. If you dig how I do things, I appreciate you. So here's the message, okay? And I see some people are tuning in. Hey Adele, how are you, love? Thanks for tuning in. I didn't think I was going to be able to see messages, but yay. I'm switching hands as well because my arms get tired. I need to get a tripod. I've been saying this for months, but I never do it because I always forget. But anyway, all right, today's message is all around how this is an incredibly powerful week for many of us to move forward and bring about our desires and step more powerfully into our purposes and realizing our dreams. Initially, when I was tuning into this message, I kept getting that this week was all about like new beginnings and fresh starts. That's what I kept getting. Awesome. I'm glad that you're having a lovely evening over there in England. Hey Tirza, thank you for tuning in. So yeah, you know, the message this week is connected to new beginnings, fresh starts, stepping into our power. It's a week to powerfully move forward. And so the reason for that is that recently we just went through this super full moon, right? October has 2 super full moons, I believe, at the beginning of the month and the end of the month. So we just went through this powerful releasing. Some of you all might still be releasing some things or having things come up for you. But we just got through this powerful releasing and are now finding ourselves at a place where maybe it's a little bit easier for us to move forward and be more of who we truly are, because that's the journey that we're all on, is coming back to more of our divine truth and stepping into this on greater and greater levels. And so with each layer or thing that we shed, that we release, it's easier to move forward, right? It's easier to be more of who we really are and to move in the direction we want to go in. Oh, I love these little emoji thingies. I don't know, stickers. I love it. Felt it too. You're on point. Awesome. I'm so glad this resonates, Adele. So yeah, you know, what they wanted me to say, because this is what I channel wrote specifically, is that The energy this week is really asking everyone to rise up in greater ways than done so previously. It will feel a little bit easier because of what you released during the full moon. And so many of you are now feeling primed and ready for these new beginnings and fresh starts. But what they want you to do, even though this is the energy for this week, is to take stock of where you're feeling pulled to go in, the direction you're feeling pulled to go in, and to allow yourself to be directed and guided in those places or in those directions, to step into the new, to take advantage of opportunities, to show up in a greater way. Will you rise up to meet this challenge? Will you rise up to move yourself in this direction? And take stock of like where maybe there's still some hesitations and things like that, because let me tell you, we're all being asked to step more into our power this week. And so whatever is potentially keeping you still, maybe in fear and lack and worry and scarcity and concern and needing to control and a lot of egoic things, if you feel some things are still making you a bit apprehensive in moving forward or making you hold back in some kind of way and keep yourself small, you got to really take stock of that and look and see what that's about. But then rise up and move yourself forward in the direction you want to go in, because they said is that this is a week for you to really take advantage of opportunities that show up for you, to show up in a greater way. And in order for you to create different, you have to be different, you have to do different, you have to show up differently. So everyone's being asked to step into a higher level of themselves and to not fall back into old patterns, into old ways, but push through and not look back, charge ahead, own your worth, stand in your power. It's time to own who you really are, to own what you really want. You're ready now. Step into it, step towards it, and be it. And this is the kind of like message that kept coming through. Sorry if the phone or if the camera is like all over the place, but my arm's getting tired. I'm like, I'm falling, I'm disappearing off the screen. But anyway, but yeah, that's what they said. And this morning when I pulled cards for myself, because some mornings, like before I do anything, I sometimes just like to grab my Oracle deck cards and just be like, hey, what messages do you have for me, universe? And then, I just kind of ponder on whatever the cards were throughout my morning. And the messages that I got for today were all around new beginnings, which is very much connected to what I think it was like the weekly energy reading that I did last week. Oh, if you have not checked my October energy reading, go check that out. If you're watching on YouTube, it will be up here somewhere in the card section for you to go click on that. But I still recommend that you watch the weekly energy reading from last week as well, because that's connected to the monthly energy reading. But anyway, it was new beginnings, and then the other card I got was Joan of Arc, and it was all around like speaking your truth. And really, what was that card? The message was all about like really not being afraid of being persecuted, and really just owning what you believe in and owning who you are. That kind of message came through in that card. And that's exactly what it is a lot of times we're afraid of really being in our power. It's like kind of like that fear of success in a way. We're afraid sometimes of being in our power. We're afraid of what we would truly have life be like if we allowed ourselves to have the amazing lives that we want to have, or to do the amazing things that we want to do. Because I know many of you who watch these videos, you're quite highly evolved. You're quite highly like spiritually what is it, like, I don't know what the word might be, like educated, I guess. I don't know, but a lot about these spiritual things. Okay, that's my simple language way to communicate that kind of stuff. So about a lot of these spiritual concepts, and you get this. But it's like I know that because all these things, that the only thing that's holding you back from having what you want or creating what you want is you. And that's not to make anyone feel bad, but that's just like that you could be whatever you want, and that you just have to give yourself permission. You just have to really give yourself permission to succeed. You have to give yourself permission to make that big impact. You have to give yourself permission to be wealthy. You have to give yourself permission to be healthy. All these different things, you have to give yourself permission. Okay? And so a lot of times though, for whatever reason, we have all these unconscious like shadow things we have to work through. We hold ourselves back from stepping into that more powerful version of ourselves, or creating that life that we want, or doing those things that we want, etc. We hold ourselves back from that. There's ambulances going off because this is an important message y'all need to get. It's time for you to step into your power. This is an emergency. You need to be in your power now. So it's really about, you know, this week, like, give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to step into your power. Stop being afraid, okay, like Joan of Arc. Stop being afraid of being persecuted or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying she was afraid. I don't know, probably not. She was, you know, a boss lady in her time doing big things back in those days, you know. But don't continue to be afraid of being in your power, creating the life that you want, or getting stuck in like, well, if I do this, then this might go wrong, and this and that, and just getting caught up in all the egoic things that make you fearful and want to play small and go back into your old ways. Like, this week is really a week to not do that anymore, and to recognize that every time you follow yourself going back into those old ways, and like shifting out of that and choosing to rise up and be like, no, I'm not doing that anymore. You know, we're doing it this way now. We're moving forward. I'm going to be braver. I'm going to be, you know, more in my power. I'm going to believe in myself more. I'm going to trust myself more. I'm going to take this risk. I'm going to, you know, move in the direction that I want to go in, because I recognize that if I keep showing up in the way I have, if I keep being the way that I've been being, like, nothing's going to change. It's going to all stay the same. And I'm done with that, you know, if you're really done with it. If not, you can keep going about that path as long as you want until you're really done with it. You know, the universe never judges you. It always just allows you to do whatever you want to do with your life and your experience. It's your free will. So yeah, this is what they wanted me to say, is like, this is a week to really start with these new chapters, phases, opportunities, and to be a whole new you, to be one that's more authentic, more in alignment with your intentions, with your desires, to be bolder, braver, to take risks. And what else? Yeah, that's basically it, is, you know, allow yourself to succeed, allow yourself to move forward, and no longer hold back. So this is basically the overall message. Oops, hold on. Let me go through these comments before my arm. Get a tripod, girl. I know! I'm going to get one. Listen, I'm going to get one whenever I remember. I need to tell my angels and guides and be like, listen, next time I'm around one of those computer places with tripods, like, get me a good one. That's the thing. I have seen tripods, but they're like the cheap looking ones, and I'm like, no, I don't want to put my money into that, because I want like one of the big ones that like I can stand up and then just like put up here, and then, you know, I don't want like the little handheld ones or the little ones that you can put like on tables. I want like the ones that I can actually stand on the ground. Those are the ones. Yeah, letting go, space clearing that has been taking place. I love that. Last week's reading really inspired me to write a very personal blog and share a lot of deep down stuff. It felt so liberating. Yeah, I'm so happy for you, Tirza. It was lovely reading your blog. I think your audience has life, #life, in their back pocket. Yeah. Hey, Lisa Ann, how are you? Exactly. I love those little emoji thingies, Adele. There's no courage without fear. I reckon she felt fear, but it galvanized and focused her efforts, thoughts, and actions. Yeah, I'm sure she probably did feel fear, you know, on some level, but she's a boss lady, you know. I have to talk to her. I haven't talked to her in a really long time. She helped me so much a couple years ago when I was traveling through Europe, and oh man, like, I had the crazy experiences with like Joan of Arc. Like, she came to me in a meditation and stuff, and then lo and behold, I had the city I was in, like, so I arrived in the city, and then she came to me while I was like taking a journey or whatever. She was helping me with some stuff, and then the city that I was in, as I was walking around exploring the city, like, it happened to be like Joan of Arc city or something, because it was in France, and they had like a Joan of Arc statue, and then like the one vegan restaurant place that was open during the time I was there that I could find that was open was like on Joan of Arc street, and I was like, oh my god, Joan of Arc, like, I get it, you're with me, you're helping me, thank you so much. She was helping me so much during those times. I haven't talked to her recently though, but yeah, she's awesome, right? So yeah, so happy. No courage without fear. Yes, exactly. So please be brave, be bold, be the true you. Like, really step into that power. Really step into that power. Recognize when you're feeling weak, when your knees feel weak, when you don't feel as strong, and then see what that's about. Like, tune in. Self-awareness is so important. I cannot stress that enough. You have to notice when there's something off in your body, in your thoughts, in your emotions, and then see what that's connected to, and then shift that and shift back into your power again and again. And actually, my videos this week for YouTube, for those of you that listen to my teachings on YouTube, they're going to be connected to this kind of message. So the video on Thursday is going to be all around your impact will be as big as you're willing to develop yourself. So that's the first video. And the second video is all around how your capacity to stand in your power determines your success. Now, like, this video is all crooked. I'm like this way. Oh, this is me, people. This is life, okay? This is how we roll sometimes. Got trucks backing things up. Who cares? Anyway, so these are the messages for this week is, you know, notice when your ego, your pesky ego, is trying to take you back, and rise up in your power and keep it moving, okay? And let me tell you, I'm going through this stuff myself, always going through whatever everyone else is going through my own way. And I can see, like, my old stuff trying to come back up and trying to get me to feel down or bad or whatever, but it's not as strong anymore as it was before, because we've been releasing this whole time, right? If we've been doing the inner work, we've been releasing. So it's not able to have such a tight grip on you. So it's easier for you to shift out of that and shift into your power. And that's what you have to do. You have to, like, declare. You have to be like, nope, we're not doing this anymore. Irrelevant. Get out my face. I'm not talking to you. I'm going to move this way. We're going to succeed. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. This is my life now. I don't know who that is, because I've been having, like, some old mental patterns, like, come up for me. And I'm like, who is thinking these thoughts? Like, that is not me. I don't do this anymore. What is going on here? And I can see it's my ego trying to keep me distracted or whatever, like, in these old things. And I'm like, no, I'm not putting my energy, my time, my emotions, or whatever, my brain power behind this. Like, I'm focusing on what I want in life. I'm focusing on what I want to create in life. I'm being very deliberate about what I, you know, think, feel, and believe. I'm not wasting, you know, my time and precious energy or whatever on this nonsense that I don't have to be thinking about. Because, you know, like, that whole, like, what's that line or whatever that we think, like, maybe around 60,000 thoughts a day. And I've really been becoming more conscious, and I can recognize when my ego will just start popping the most random crap in my head. I don't know how to explain it, like thinking about this person and what that person said or did or what they're not doing, and like all of this nonsense. And I'm like, this version of Stephanie doesn't care what people are doing or not doing. Like, where is this coming from? And I have to, like, be like, nope, not doing that. I'm going to think about what I'm creating. I'm going to think about what I'm doing. I'm going to think about what I'm living right now. And I focus on that instead, you know? So you got to have that self-awareness and shift into what you want, create who you want to be, stand up in your power, all this kind of stuff. So I hope you got whatever you needed to get out of this video today and this message. I hope it helped you. I'm wishing you an amazing week. If you have not yet seen that October energy reading, go check that out. And if you're ready to work with me and to really make a powerful impact with your amazing soul work, and you want to be able to develop yourself into the leader that you need to be to fulfill this soul's work, then reach out to me and ask me about Soul Aligned Impact. It's my 12-week program for very powerful spiritual entrepreneurs who are here to create the new earth and to really help you to develop on such a deep soul level so that you can be powerfully aligned with what you're here to do and have the greatest level of success. This week I'm going to be doing interviews and uploading them to my YouTube channel of past clients who took this program, so be sure to look out for that. And wonderful message for the week. You're so welcome, Adele. Have an amazing week. Thank you for tuning in. Hey, Lisanne. Train whistle blowing outside where I am. Messages there. The train. Yes, I've had that too. Slipping back into old stuff when I realized I was like, no, that's not me anymore. I'm better and greater than that now. So feel you. Awesome, Tirza. I love that. Thank you so much. It was great as always. You're so welcome, Tirza. Thank you so much, ladies, for joining me, and for you watching on YouTube. If you caught this, let me know what you thought of this reading as well. I really appreciate everyone's patience with my video like what is it, video stability I don't know, issues and the noise and stuff, but I really appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to give this a thumbs up, a like wherever you're watching from. Drop me a comment. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification button, change your settings to all so that you never miss out on any videos and free teachings that I have here on my channel that could benefit you. And I will see you in the next video, and I'm wishing all of you an amazing, powerful week full of fresh starts and new beginnings. Take care, everyone. Bye.